What's good, y'all? It's Coffee tapping back in with another one, guys. Got a little update. Wanted to see everyone's thoughts on this one. As we know, since the Jeezy, Gucci shut the internet down, absolutely broke records, put up all kinds of numbers with their Verzuz battle. That's majority of what everyone's been talking about. You know what I mean? Specifically, the speech Jeezy gave after Gucci did that diss. And, I've already tapped in with a couple videos on this situation. And, I normally don't really trip off the comments. But in my last video, right, I was saying how a lot of people seem to feel different ways about this. Some people feel that was dope what Jeezy did for the culture and to try to set an example to squash beefs and stop the cycle of retaliation and death. And some people, I was seeing feel like that is soft on Jeezy's part, or like they could never do what he did. I've seen a lot of people say they could never even just be on stage with someone like that in that situation. You feel me? And someone actually left a comment talking some old bull-ish, like, where are you jumping to the conclusion that people feel that way? You're trying to spin and create narratives. And it's like, nah, you dumb son of a bitch. That's all anyone's been talking about. You know what I mean? On every podcast platform, blog, just random people on social media. That's all anyone's been talking about. And that's a lot of the different reactions I've seen going down. You feel me? But anyways, man, two rappers taking shots at Jeezy. You know what I mean? They use this situation to take some shots at Jeezy. And we're talking about 21 Savage and 50 Cent. Now, we know 50 is always going to get his off on social media regardless. That's just the way Fifth gets down. He's always going to send his shots. And he did just that against Jeezy. You know what I mean? If you guys are up to speed, you didn't catch it on Off the Recession 2, which just dropped that night after the Verzuz, a couple days before Jeezy dropped his first single, Therapy for My Soul, off there. And on that track, he took some shots at 50 Cent. Was actually kind of clowning him for his social media antics like we were just talking about. And 21 Savage has also kind of been going at it with Jeezy as well. He has a diss track on the Savage Mode 2 where he took some shots at Jeezy. But during the Verzuz battle, I don't know if you guys saw this little clip that's been circulating around. 21 Savage was in the comments, taking some shots at Jeezy, but was also turned up to the maximum when Gucci was performing The Truth, where, he disses Jeezy pretty hard. 21 Savage hopped on his live, after being in the Verzuz live comments saying some things. He hopped on his own Instagram live and was turned up, singing along to the track and all that. You know what I mean? Going in on Jeezy, a little something. And 50 Cent, not missing a beat, like I was just talking about, hopped on Twitter and tweeted out. I'm going to read this caption my own way, because if you see what 50 wrote, I ain't saying that. But he said, damn, 21 Savage was on this man's ass, laughing at Jeezy. And I'm sure we'll see a lot of this right now. Like, we know that's what Fifth does. He goes hard on the gram, and he is not going to let off. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of this 50 Cent taking shots at Jeezy. You guys tap in the comments and let me know what you think about this. But speaking of 50 Cent, right? A conversation that got started up after we seen this whole Jeezy Gucci Verzuz, which is something I'm sure most people thought that they would never see in their life, right? That beef was just very serious. Bloodshed, lives lost, all that. But they were able to, do their thing and do the Verzuz. And with 50 Cent, it's bringing up a lot of people saying, as we've seen recent discussions where 50 and the Game are going to do the Verzuz battle, possibly. That's what it's looking like. As we know, there was, life lost in that whole G-Unit Game 50 beef. But I've seen a lot of people say they'd rather see Fifth get to the versus battle against Ja Rule, right? And you guys let me know what you think in them comments, but I don't think there's any way that this will ever happen. People have joked in the past. It's kind of like a meme type joke when it comes to 50 and Ja Rule, where a lot of people, myself included, feel like 50 and Ja will be 90 years old in rocking chairs, still dissing each other, still talking about F Ja Rule, F 50 Cent, and you're a wankster, all that. Like, I agree. I don't think these guys will ever squash the beef. They truly hate each other. We'll see. Things have died down for a year, and next thing you know, one of them will hop on social media, take a shot at each other. 50 Cent reportedly will go as far to troll Ja Rule and buy tickets to his shows so no one will be there. All kind, to make a fool of him. We know, like, this beef just seems like it's never going to end. So you guys comment and let me know if you think we'll ever see that in a versus battle, But it has a lot of people saying, well, we felt the same way about Gucci and Jeezy. Like, what about Fifth and Ja? I don't see it happening, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I remember an interview maybe within the past year, on Fat Joe's platform, where he was like, listen, I tried to reach out to Fifth and Ja Rule, bring them on stage at Summer Jam one year, surprise the world, bring them out with me together, perform some kind of track together, and squash the beef. And Fat Joe actually went on to talk about how 50 and Ja both screamed on him, So I don't really see this happening. But hop in the comments about that as well. Do you think it could ever happen? What versus battle would you rather see, 50 and Game or 50 and Ja? From what we've been seeing, 50 actually came out, did an interview a few days back talking about he's open to it, but that beef has already been squashed. Now seeing this Gucci Jeezy situation has people wanting to see like that topped. Like, we saw two guys who were mortal enemies go at each other. 50 and Game already done squashed the beef. Let's get 50 and Ja out there. It's like set a precedent where it has a lot of people talking, but I'm just not seeing it. But you let me know what you'd rather see. You let me know what you think about 50 and 21 Savage clowning on Jeezy. And let's talk about it in them comments. New viewers, make sure to sub to the channel. It's J Coffee Talk, covering music, news, sports, current events, and much more. And I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.